packet is, and if there's something you want us to make a copy of, we'll make a photocopy of it.
Okay, so I see a lot of emails, which is basically the one that is important here is a complaint from the city and from the inspector. So city complaint is different from the inspector. So basically, Your Honor, is that
Do you want copies of any of those things?
I don't need that.
Okay, all right.
I have the key documents that I need to discuss.
Okay, and so do you have any objection to my receiving this packet marked as plaintiffs 4?
No.
Okay, so 4 will be received. Okay, and we're going to use it. Okay, so we're going to mark this as 4 in green. And I don't know if it'll be helpful to have the phones, Ms. Ang. You also talked about a letter, Exhibit 3. I'm assuming that this is the Exhibit 3 on top.
Yes.
And so, and I'm just going to indicate Exhibit 3 is part of number 4.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, if you please go to these documents, which is from the electrical inspector. If you please go to that directly,
Okay.
I can talk about that.
What's the date on that?
So the date is April 17. This was sent to me after that, but it was issued on April 17, 2019.
All right, I see an April 15th from the city of Seaside. I see emails.
I can give you this.
Okay, do you have an extra copy?
Well, I don't have extra copy, but I can talk when you are.
Okay, and so does Ms. Ang have a copy of that?
I'm not sure. She
Okay.
should have.
I have an extra copy, yes.
Of the April 17th letter?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's make a copy, Tina, if you don't mind, and then give that to Mr. Akbar, and then I'll take. And you've marked that as an exhibit?
Yes.
And what is the number of that exhibit?
Like 107.
107? Okay. And so any objection to my receiving 107? Ms. Ang, do you have any objection to my receiving this?
No, not at all.
Okay,
Not at all.
107 is received.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so I'm looking at 107. Take me a moment and I'll review it real quickly.
So can I talk?
Yes, please.
So he reported that I found the following code violation: missing KOC in unit number 6, improper installation of receptacles and faceplates in unit number 6, overloaded outlets in unit number 6. So items 1 and 2 do not rise to the level of imminent threat. Item 3 is related to the tenant using extension cords and splitters. She was advised that this is the cause of breakers tripping. I want to make sure that you understand what he's saying. Possibility of failure. So next one is not important here. So basically these are the 3 items. As I said to you, the 2 items are not a level of threat. The 3rd items was because of her. So the whole point was that this apartment was not equipped for bigger appliance. Like for example, I did not have any kitchen in that apartment. I did not have any stove in that apartment. That's how it was advertised, and she accepted the apartment as is. Now because she needed to use microwave and refrigerator and her appliances or her other stuff. I have seen her using the heater also on top of the heater that I had. She was using extension cords and multiple plugs, and then using splitters to have her need. And because of that, it was overloading. And every time it was overloading, even though she was knowing that it was overloading, she was getting help from apartment number 5, which is next to her apartment, to trip the circuit breaker again. And then again it trips, and then she went back and then trip the circuit breaker again. So she was doing that, and she was thinking that this is her threat, that it's basically my apartment is not capable, and that is a threat for her safety. So she complained the inspector, and the inspector, this is the letter that she issued. And then I also want to show you another exhibit 106. If you
106, okay. Tina, if you grab 106, please. And what is 106?
So in 106, Miss Samples, I asked him to clarify myself, and he sent a letter back to me. And then I want to. This is the portion that I want her to read.
Okay, and I want to make sure Ms. Eng knows what I'm looking at.
I haven't seen this.
This is a letter that directly sent to me by Mr. Samples, who was the inspector.
Have you seen that letter before, Ms. Eng?
No.
And maybe we'll go ahead and make a copy. Do you have any objection to my receiving that?
No, that's fine.
All right. So, Mr. Akbar, do you have a copy of that letter?
Not here, but
Okay. So, yes, please, Tina.
so does this mean that I have to come back again if we cannot finish it by?
We're going to run out of time here because looks like you have a lot of materials, and then Ms. Eng has other materials and perhaps a witness. So I do believe we'll have to come back. Do you travel from the Portland area?
Yeah, it's a 2-hour drive. It's kind of like.
Okay. Do you want to appear by telephone next time?
I
mean, you could.
A lot of documents. Yeah, probably I might.
And so do you want to submit your exhibits now and give me a chance to look at them and Ms. Eng's exhibits? And when
maybe, yeah.
Could we move? I don't know if Mr. Akbar, if you're available, but would you like to settle this with a letter of reference indicating that we were good tenants who take being a tenant very seriously?
And that I want to proceed with this data.
Okay.
You want to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, all right. So if you folks choose to settle this after we're done, that's fine. But let's use our time that we have for the trial. And so I'm looking right now at the to all concerned communication.
Yeah, the second page.
Yes.
Where Mr. Samples sent me a letter back, and he informed me that.
What just happened? Uh-oh, my recording failed.